this is Tigress coming back to you with Minecraft Craftymon. And quickly want to say, sorry there's no Craftymon last week. It was just a little, I don't want to say long story short because I don't think it's that long. Basically, recorded the full episode, went to edit it on Friday because when it comes to editing, guys, I don't mind it, but like I will at some point love editing and want to get 3 or 4 things done in one day. But I generally do leave editing to the last minute because at the minute it's simple, so I don't mind. There will become points where I do need like weeks, days, and a lot, and I have spent that time on projects before now. I did granted kind of dropped out content, but I did a year of college, which is basically for the UK, for anyone who's not in the UK. It's basically a 2 to potentially 3 year period of time of extended learning. Sometimes some people do college, some people stay on in their high schools to do I can't think of what it's called, but for a couple of years. And then like we go to essentially university, which is like I want to say 4 years, not 100% sure. And I did media, and so again learned editing and all that lot like there. I knew a bit, didn't know much. Definitely know a lot more than I did now than I did then. So, and I spent like weeks, I think longer, editing like a 30 down for like an ad that I made to do with Lucasade. It's a project I had to do, and anyway, turns out for some reason no audio last week, and I'm going to be pissed if there's the same problem this week. Now, at the time of recording, so far everything I've recorded this week has been fine. But at the time of recording, I've only uploaded one other thing this week at the time of recording. Because again, this comes out Friday, by the time this comes out, there'll be Monster Hunter Part 5 from Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak Part 5 yesterday. Time recording, not out yet. Time recording, it's Wednesday. So, also, guys, it happens to be raining. I will go over everything I did do last week. And the stuff I said I was going to, but completely forgot to do. And, no, damn it, I can't. And I'll go over some of the same things I have done in between. First, yeah, I finally finished off the carpet in the chicken pen. I'm kind of tempted to put like a nice little hut in there, because I think it will look nice, and so I'm definitely tempted. Today, because I do generally feel bad, and I have no idea where she is. But we are going to be on somewhere properly for Daisy to live, because at the minute she doesn't have nowhere. Now, part of me is tempted to do here. Now, at some point, I do need to, because otherwise I'm basically a case of jumping. At some point, pretty sure I've changed that block like several times. I don't know why it keeps getting moved. At some point, I basically need to raise this up by like 3 to 4. But what I'm thinking of doing is basically cutting this completely and making like a nice little stone bridge. And so the boat can just go under that. But before I do get into anything else, I also removed the stone last week. Again, there's like an hour, 2 hours worth of footage that just ended up basically being snookered because of, again, the audio. I don't know whether it's because I was on mute, because check my mic now. Damn it. I'm not. Or whether it was something else. I have no idea. Again, everything else audio-wise last week was fine, but again, everything else that was recorded last week was recorded beforehand. Now, if audio does fuck up on anything this week, I would rather it be this than the thing that I do plan to record this Thursday, like yesterday. At time recording tomorrow, when this comes out, yesterday. And that's a video for the 5th of next month, for the week, for basically the anniversary week. 10 years in on the 4th of May. And to celebrate that, instead of doing something big and something that I basically couldn't think what I could do to celebrate the 10th year, I'm just going to upload each day. And for the Tuesday, there will be my review over the full season of Invincible. And guys, the finale was great. Not like completely different compared to what the finales have been. Uh, if you don't want to hear spoilers, what go forward about a minute roughly. Um, Maybe a bit longer, but I will say. Um, Almost every finale, like season one's finale, Invincible vs. Nolan. Season 2, Invincible vs. Armstrong. Season 3, Conquest vs. Invincible. Season 4, there was no real big fight. Because Season 4 ends on a cliffhanger. Now, I normally hate cliffhangers. But in this case, I don't mind it. Because it's, guys, the reason I normally hate cliffhangers, because it's normally one of those cases where it's like, tune in. Like for instance, the cliffhanger with Infinity War, that drove me nuts for like a year. Ooh, what the hell are you? Like, that drove me nuts for a year. And while I continue talking, I will go and show you the finished lake. Because it is now all done. For the most part. I still need to do terraform one area, and that area being this roof. It's too low, it's one too low, it needs to be higher. I've tested it all a lot, it works fine, perfectly actually. And you come down to here. But yeah, like, there was no big bat. Um, you know, it kind of does bug me. Yeah, that's fine. But there was no big battle, and the closest we get to, and the reason, like, it doesn't bug me because it is technically a cliffhanger. It's what I'm calling a cliffhanger, I might be wrong. But it ends with Invincible making a choice that he might come to regret. Now, I will talk more about this one in my review, when I review all the seasons together, and before I do that, I do need to recap. Basically, I've seen all of them recently, and I remember good parts of it, but I want to basically, when doing a full review over all 4 seasons, I want to be accurate as possible, and I don't want to basically turn around and say, yeah, remember in season 1 when like William was completely useless when they were all attacked, and like he was just franked it and all, like worried all that lot, and then turned out, oh no, hold on, wait a minute, I was wrong. He did slightly help, like he helped Mark track a lot, like he helped Mark track down thingy, but like then it comes down to here, you've got a nice little corner path, and while that kind of works for me, now I'm leaving it. It comes through here. Now, originally I was going to turn it and go to that way a bit more. But in the end, I basically said, yeah, no, it's fine. Because I was going to basically have it come out to like roughly like this area. But it's kind of fine. I think potentially I probably was going to also have it come out like this area a bit more. But I like it, it's fine. But yeah, like, doesn't end on a big thing. It just basically ends Mark having a conversation with Conquest and, full on making a choice. Yeah, I know I've talked about this for longer than a minute and I apologise. And that choice will then affect Season 5. Now, I will go more into this. Now, if you don't want to wait till the 5th of May, which isn't that long, it's like a week, to full on hear my full thoughts about the finale, check in on Monday's Monster Hunter. I'll talk about it then. And also, I'm going to quickly mention The Boys. I don't know. Basically, guys, I started watching The Boys, and a while ago I said, as soon as all seasons are out, I'll binge watch it all then. So I don't have to wait for seasons. And the most recent episode, basically the whole point, like, what I got from the most recent episode was unity. Like, people you care about are important. Because, guys, I said at the end of last episode, The Boys, that I was slightly annoyed at the fact that, Starlight Annie, she basically essentially starts stuff. I don't want to say throwing her stuff out of her pram. Guys, also we are gonna do, because I've not done none for a couple weeks now. We are gonna do some work on down there. Also, guys, I've leveled up most of these up to a good point. Like, they've all been leveled up a bit, and you know, I'll take a nice little stroll. And she leaves because she's trying to protect Huey, all that lot. And the most recent episode basically proves that yes, people you love are gonna, you know, potentially get hurt, but doesn't mean you should. Doesn't mean like walking away from them isn't the option. And unity is essentially what I got from the most recent episode. Again, I'll talk more about this on Monday's Monster Hunter. I did briefly want to mention the finale just because. Okay, thank. They kind of are. But like, it was a really cool episode, and we got to see a more darker side to the boys. And I don't mean the boys in the show, as in the show. I do full on mean the boys as in the team in the show, because Butcher, something because I can't think of his full name, Kimiko, Huey, and Starlight, or Annie more specifically, they're all part of this team known as the Boys, who are basically trying to take down Homelander and any other evil dictator soup. Now, guys, I'm saying this now. This is going to take a while, and basically what I will do, I will spend this episode and next episode filling in this. I will basically do a couple of routes, then cut back to having like the rest of this done. Then that I will completely do in between episodes. Now we're gonna spend some time doing this, but then we're gonna spend say the rest of the time basically making a pen for Daisy and giving her a proper place to like live. Now the reason I don't want to just chuck her in with the cows is it feels harsh. Like it feels mean. Did you go and see? You're essentially to go and basically just chuck her in with like everyone else because everyone else kind of gets slaughtered. So don't want to do that because once I've got like but yeah, like I'll do some of it now. Like I say, like to be fair, I've done a good bit of this kind of episode. I'll also show you the one new improvement I did do because I've upgraded slightly, not a massive upgrade, but I've upgraded the mob farm because it was okay but limited, and because like again I didn't want like there was limiting, so basically just upgraded it. I'll go more into it when I do when I show it off a lot. But I'll use a couple snacks doing this, but like again, this is not exactly exciting. So now, guys, so people might ask, like, do you wonder why I don't basically just speed up doing this? Yeah, I do typically spend like half an hour to an hour just doing this. And why, yeah, speed it up would cut that down to probably about 10-15 minutes. That's basically still 10-15 minutes watching me just place cobblestone. So I do a couple of roads and then cut back to being empty of cobblestone. And then having like a ginormous platform. But like also guys, getting like, because I'm probably going to put wood on top. Because this is basically just the foundation. So, you know, I'll do until the end. Like, I'll do full 2 rows. But yeah, so like guys, the finale of Invincible was great. I'm gonna say it was everything I wanted. Like, it was literally everything I wanted from a finale. It was impactful, it meant a lot, and we got to see Mark and Debbie both be put in situations where they've got to make choices. Because again, guys, the end of episode 7, Oliver's in like an incubator thing, healing. So at the beginning, like it's only Nolan and Thaddeus died all that lot. So at the beginning, it's only like Nolan and Mark basically, you know, going back and all that lot to check to see if anything has happened to Earth, and we get to see a side of Mark that we typically don't. And again, I'll talk more about this because I don't want to drop too much, but I'll talk more about this on Monday's episode of Monster Hunter. But anyway, guys, I'll be back as soon as I've done, since basically I'm empty of cobblestone. But yeah, so I'll be back in a few minutes, so see you then. Back, and it's actually been longer than I thought it was going to be. Basically, I was, basically, I ended up doing a good bit of it. I basically went back a couple more times, ended up getting more. Hold on, guys. Do 2126. But yeah, guys, basically, it's been a little while, and I've got a tiny bit left. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've basically just been doing it in fours. Um, Also, if I remember, I will chuck it in now. If I don't, um, then 100% forgot. I probably will end up forgetting, but basically, I ended up seeing a zombie riding, um, those things. I can't think what they're called. And I was like, wait, hold on, they can ride them. Completely forgetting, it's like, hold on, wait a minute, they can ride them? Like, seriously? Like, I did not know. Like, I've heard, I've never seen it though. So I was like, okay, that's a nice surprise. And I was recording at the time, but again, wasn't like was recording at the time, but I was just starting to build, like carrying on building this. If I remember, I will chuck it in at this very point, but if I don't, I don't. Also, turns out this is like a really great way to get ink sacks because I've got half a stack already. I also ended up getting a fishing rod, a couple of pieces of copper, and a couple of nautical shells. But I also got like 2 tridents, which I am going to combine. Just because I'd rather have one more functioning, less broken trident, which I can. I'm an idiot. I could have got 2 mending, but god damn it. But like, I could have got 2 mending books. Well, you live and you learn. This time I'm not forgetting my ender chest, but is it empty? Yep. But like I say, guys, I ended up going back and getting enough to fill it up twice, 2 more times, just because I was really on the roll and I was watching stuff at the time. Basically, recently I decided to rewatch How I Met Your Mother because it's been a while since I've seen it, and overall, even though it was made in the 2000s, I still think it's a good show. But yeah, so I basically ended up watching a couple episodes of that. Might have been 2 or 3, maybe 4. But yeah, so like again, I think it was about 2 or 3. But yeah, so the thing was around here. I don't know where it is now. Like I say, I would have chucked like if I remembered, I would have already chucked in the clip. But like, I was pretty much surprised. I like didn't say anything. It's just like, huh? I think I did it anyway. But yeah, so guys, I have got a good bit more of it done. Next week, I'm going to try and basically, what I'm going to try and do is, because I had to go mining to get more, I'm going to basically fill up my ender chest, and then basically fill up another equivalent of an ender chest. Like, fill up, like, say, 2 ender chests, maybe 3 ender chests worth. Because I had to go mining twice more. Because I was like, you know what, I'll just get enough to go and do it once more. And that point, I was like, okay, I'm halfway through an episode. I'll just carry on watching it. And guys, for anyone interested in what episode I was watching of How I Met Your Mother, it was when Ted first meets Nella. I say first meets, when Ted's basically going to get his butterfly tattoo removed. It was that episode. Like I say, it's been a while since I've seen it. It's basically that show where I watch every so often. It's not a comfort show, but it's something I do really enjoy watching. Next episode, I'm probably going to make it somewhere for the cast, and I'm probably going to name it. Color. Have I? Yeah, I'm just going to chuck them in there for now. Also, guys, I did a bunch of farming last episode. Yeah, I no longer need food. I'm stock full. So, why I've only got 14 like steak left? Do I only have furnaces? Jesus Christ, why don't I have smokers? I have this. I know I don't have smokers there because I was like, it'd be the perfect spot for my ender chest and something else. I'm gonna make a couple quick smokers. I'll get there eventually. Oh yeah, and my basically plant chest is full. Which means we're going back to chucking random stuff in the junk chest. I also have a good bit of leather, which paper I think is the only thing I can think of I need for it. But yeah, I'm gonna quickly make 4 smokers because originally I was like, I'll have a shulker box, ender chest, shulker box, ender chest. But what I think I probably will end up doing, I'm gonna leave the ender chest there. But what I probably will end up doing, because I do have enough, is put an ender chest there, and then potentially put say some shulker boxes along there, because I think they might look nice in the barrels, or at the very least put barrels. I completely forgot about that. Actually, oh wow, actually that's a good idea. Basically, something I haven't considered doing is basically just remining a bunch of that stone into cobblestone, which I might actually do, just because like I don't know if I've still got a bunch of it down here. But yeah, like I have a bunch of cobblestone, a bunch of stone that I can just remine into cobblestone. Also, guys, I think in the next few episodes, what I probably will do is basically retire and like the netherite armor is good, but I think I might just basically go to wear an equivalent of like shorts and t-shirt for a while because I don't need to be in full netherite. Not all points. Although the reason I do enjoy wearing full netherite is it's got menace, it's not the worst thing in the world. But like for guys, like this is basically how I used to be in Quest, except it was diamond. Like literally, I will quickly show it off because I have my diamond set here. But this is literally what I was like back in like Quest. They are basically the exact same set of armors because I basically I used my diamond set of armor and then basically copied the enchantments basically by just chucking new books and trying to match them up perfectly. Took a while, but like this is what I used to be like in Quest, and I'm like, and then I'd put this on every so often for battles. Although, what does that look like? That doesn't look too bad. But like I don't know. I used to, and it's like I was then thinking back in Quest, it's like, why am I wearing full diamond? It's like don't really need to. But first things first, I'm going to make a couple smokers. And before I do, what do I need to make smokers? So I need 4 furnaces, 4 logs. Do I have any spare cobblestone? Yes. Century armor trim. I do want to track some armor trims down at some point. Just because I do want to put some armor trims on my armor. But I don't know what ones. Because I've got a good bit of it. Smoker, smoker. Smoker, smoker. I have a lava generator farm for a reason. One, two, three, four. So that gives me some iron to work with. That means they're not breaking into. But I now do have enough for those. One. So I need one more bucket. Which means I need one, two, three. I'd say that means I need 9 more, and it's like, nope, hold on, buckets are 3. How much more do I have in there? So, again, I can get a good amount of lava from that, so I'm not going to need lava for a while. What I do need to do is 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I cook? Thank God I can. I was about to say, I don't know whether I can. Because I know you can cook most things on smokers, it's just like not furnaces. Blast furnaces, it's like there's certain things you can't. Now, I could swap out a couple furnaces for blast. I also could swap out a couple smokers for a couple blasts. But I think what I probably will end up doing is going blast furnace right there. And then just having like chest the other like next to them. Now first things first, we're gonna sleep. I will then go and show the new thing. And then I will basically start working on a very simple pen, which we'll end up finishing next week. But we're basically going to start a nice little pen for Daisy because she deserves some. Also, guys, literally just done this today. I jump on this area a lot, and I'm like, oh, I really want to be able to jump on there, and why it's not far, I'm like, why don't I just add a couple trapdoors? So I made some. Now, for Daisy's pen, why I've got areas over there, I was, and actually I'm still thinking, move this. Like, move all this, and basically extend this all down, and all that lot, and basically just have it, like, over this area. because then Daisy gets a nice little pen, and it's overall a good thing. Like I said, I don't know whether I will need to move the house or not, but anyway, just because it's going to be quicker just to fly up there. Now, guys, you can already see the one change I did make, and that's a little platform underneath, and I'll explain why when I find the gate. See, there's another reason, because basically, I presumed the fact of landing on here would be so much easier with Elytra, plus then jumping off. That was before I knew about Elder and being able to fly on Elder, because I was like, oh, that's going to be really weird to fly, and I completely forgot about the Happy Gas at the time. Now, the one change I have made is you'll notice this is empty. And you'll notice if I kill the spider, it's still empty. Now, I've done 2 little ladders, and I kind of went nicer with design because I kind of put a nice little, edge thing. But I made a nice little underground platform. Now, this now gives us more room. 2 hoppers going into individual ones, they're going down a lot. And when those get full, I can then basically just move hoppers to here, to then to here, by basically doing like a hopper system. Now, technically speaking, I could also go stupid length for this, but what I will then do is basically then just bring it out. And, do it all the way up, because even from like here, I can... So, time to jump, Superman landing, do. See, guys, one thing I do want to know is, why jumping from a platform that's like a few feet underneath? Like, that platform makes a good bit of a difference. I land on 1 heart, compared to half a heart usually. Now, guys, I am going to basically say, there was around this area a bunch of skeleton horses. And I remember seeing them and being like, because I was at the iron farm at the time. I don't need to be there, but yeah, I basically just use it. Why, guys, basically, I'm back in the habit of anytime I'm eating lunch, or I'm at my I'm at my PlayStation and I'm eating something, or basically just sitting doing nothing, or playing a Pokemon game, or more recently playing Pokemon Champions. But like, I don't participate in Pokemon battling aspect that much, because basically I've done the odd battling Violet with it, but that's about it. Just because the proper battling when it comes to Pokemon is just something that's kind of out my area of expertise. Because it's like please don't hurt me. And guys, this comes from someone who, yes, I play Pokemon, not Pokemon, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! I duel the lot. I deal with my... Okay, yes, you can come out, it makes no difference. So, I'm thinking... Because we can use this fence already. And basically, just... sort of swap where the door is. Now, what I will do is basically just swap where the door is for now. But what I will also do is make it a double door and basically make it bigger. I will extend it out to here. Part of me is also tempted to bring it down one, but no, I think I will just basically just end up extending it down. And then basically cut the Daisy off, say like around here. So I'm just gonna go get the fences. Dumb question, what fence are they using again? Birch. Are they birch? I'm not 100% sure, don't quote me on that. And Daisy can just run around in that little area. Now, does it basically mean I'm going to need more gates? Yes. Does it mean my back door's not as easy to get into anymore? Yes. Does this mean I can basically just open up my patio area? Possibly. I might, I don't know yet. But I need birch. That stone. How much birch do I have? Okay, I have a nice little bit. I think we'll take that. And we'll make... We'll make some gates as well. Just because I'm going to need to be able to get in and out. Now, where are we talking from? Because I want Daisy to basically explore some of this too. And I kind of also wanted to have like this area to explore, but I don't want to completely cap off this area. So, I'm thinking... Um... Cap off like that. I don't think she would. Like, I don't think Daisy would. I mean, I can always double up the gates and just have them up higher. I will basically work on this next episode, and while I could get rid of this and have it as lower, I kind of like the part, like this part of it, like the kind of dirty, sort of like this nice little path area, to properly symmetrical it out. Get rid of that. But this gives her a nice proper area to play with, mess around with all that lot, and in all honesty, Daisy does deserve it. Plus, it's not that much more of a pain for me. I have a gate there I can get in and out from. But first things first, grab a lead and try and see if Daisy will try and escape from that area. Daisy, I've built you a nice new pen. Now, I probably will make the house look a bit nicer, but considering I didn't build the house, well, this dude's volunteered to look after Daisy. Now, will Daisy try and escape from that? I don't think she would, and I... See, the part of me wants to basically do like that. When I actually put down the right thing. That, because I know she wouldn't, but that looks uglier. You know, I'm gonna leave it like that, because I think a nice fun game. Oh, hold on. And for the sand, Because not that I don't, but like Daisy deserves, you know, dirt, grass. And for this, I will also give her a nice little like area where Daisy can basically just drink from. Because I'm not a complete monster. I'll make her a nice little area. Do I want to do a corner? No, I don't want to do a corner. What I want to do is one. I want to give it a proper like milk trough area. Like I'm full on going into full. I'm building this because I want to thought mode. Right, for now, what I think I will do is just put some water so Daisy can drink. Because again, not a complete monster. And then next episode, what I think I will do is basically work on that, finish that. And basically, I'll do what I did this episode. Spend half an hour, say, doing that, and then say, spend half an hour doing this. And just because, okay, so I know it makes no difference, I'm gonna go and grab the slightly less clean up. I'd not even say cleaner water. But guys, this is Daisy's new pan. She has full room and can full on go into the house if she needs to. She has a nice little garden area. I now have a Bella back garden. Now, what I would potentially end up doing, what would 100% make this so much more nicer and a lot nicer for Daisy, and I probably will at some point, is basically end up chipping away this mountain. But again, I don't want to because I kind of like the mountain. What I will do is extend this house out by another block. That way. But like I say, I'll work completely on that next week. At the minute, she can't get into her house anyway, so it makes no difference. But what I will do is, so she can hop in. If she really wants to, she'll have a nice bed to sleep on. She has a full treatment. And considering Daisy was only named a couple episodes ago, she has actually, see, guys, pets, like my pets generally don't, like, if you'd asked me a few episodes ago, Tigress, you can end up with a pet cow called Daisy, I would have been like, no, I'm not going to become a crazy tiger who has a pet cow. I eat steak. I have a bunch of cows that I slaughter because I'm hungry. But Daisy escaped, I felt bad, and now she's a pet. But like, hold on. I've just thought something bad. Guys, my horses, they have a giant, like, they have two open-ass pens. Like, they have a pen that's got an open gate in the middle, so they've got a giant open-ass pen. The dogs, they have a nice, the dogs and cat have a nice little room for the snow where they can just sort of stretch. Now, why it's probably not great for the cats, they also have a nice hard wooden floor inside, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Daisy's got her new little pen. What about poor Ghast? Poor Happy Ghast, which I am going to call Ghastly. I know it's a name from Pokemon, I know it is, but I'm going to call Ghastly. Poor Ghastly. It won't be next episode because I'll be finishing off Daisy's pen next episode. Probably the episode after. I will, you know, make Ghastly a home. Because he does deserve one. And I probably will go for a proper flight on some point with Ghastly. But like I say, guys, for the heist tonight, that I probably will basically be doing for that, I'll probably be mimicking that a good bit. Because that's... But, like, still, like, leaving it flat, open that, all that lot. But anyway. I have no idea how long this video is going to be, guys. But anyway, if you're already ready, please like, comment, subscribe. And this is Tiger signing off. And I'll see you next time. Bye.